Remonstrances. Representative Hanna.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Day one, an opportunity to remonstrate. I think it's important, colleagues, that this morning when we heard the Speaker mention several pieces of legislation that were passed by this House to create jobs, that we take a pretty clear look at where Oregon is today. And before we step out and hang the mission accomplished banner, we might want to consider the facts. Oregon's unemployment rate has hovered about 11% in the last 4 months. While we saw a slight uptick in jobs, according to the state in December, a lot of the growth, if you could call a lot, a few tenths of a percent, was due to the increased demand for social services brought on by those who don't have a job. If it weren't for the fact that so many Oregonians had given up and left the labor force, our unemployment rate would currently be much higher. If we're looking at employment growth as a measure of the legislature's performance, here's a few numbers to consider. Since the 2009 session ended, we've lost 5,900 manufacturing jobs. We've lost 7,800 construction jobs. We've lost 2,000 jobs in professional and business services. We've lost 14,000 jobs in leisure and hospitality. And since the session ended, there are almost 20,000 fewer jobs for Oregon families to have. Things look actually worse when you take a broader view of Oregon's employment picture. 2 in 5 Oregonians can't find a job, are working fewer hours than they would like, or have simply given up looking for work. When underemployment is factored into the unemployment rate, our state has the 3rd highest unemployment rate in the nation. Colleagues, the number of Oregonians receiving unemployment assistance is at an all-time high in our state. Some 360,000 Oregonians received unemployment assistance over the past year alone. If we are measuring ourselves, colleagues, by our success in employing Oregonians, I'd like to very much stress to you that each piece of legislation heard through this emergency session be aimed at the very people I'm speaking of who aren't working today or have lost hope, or the business who has taken a job away. Thank you, colleagues.
Further remonstrances, Representative Thatcher.
Thank you. I'll be short. I just want to share with you some of the stories that have come into the email over the past week. One from Newburgh. I'm a partner in S Corporation. We've been operating over 20 years. With the recent increase in state taxes, I will be relocating my business to another state as soon as possible. From North Bend. I have a nonprofit that is 100% volunteer, and I work night and day fighting for energy independence. Our nonprofit will not be able to afford the increase and will have to dissolve. From Medford, I already know of one small business in Southern Oregon which employs 20 people that plans to relocate to Montana. From Kaiser, due to the fees attached with the ballot measures, I decided to dissolve my corporation. And colleagues, I know this is just the tip of the iceberg, and I hope that we all think long and hard about the short and long-term consequences of what we do here and of what happened from last week's vote. And I pray that we can work together to creatively come up with some solutions and make this a truly job-friendly state. Thank you.